Right.
Good job I'm here, innit?
What have we got? Right, today is Saturday morning. Sorry. Hi, it's Quickie, welcome back to the channel.
Steve-O, morning.
Right, Saturday morning. Steve-O's rocked up. And we are going for brekkie.
Yes, because we haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks and there's quite a lot gone on. Quite a lot changed.
Right, so where are we going?
Salcombe.
Hey?
We're going to Salcombe for breakfast.
That's like 20 miles away.
Yeah, I know.
Well, can't we just go Captain Jasper's?
No.
I was there the other day, mate. You can get like half a French stick with a full English breakfast in it.
I know. I've been there.
You really want to go? You really want to go to Salcombe? What's in Salcombe? Rumble Ditsy. You got bike bits, haven't you?
I might have.
We're going to get bike bits.
We're going to get bike bits, yes.
Awesome. We need that tail light. We do need it. I want to get that done today. Steve-O has bought like a whole load of tubes and.
Well, to be fair, okay, what I actually did was spend nearly £50 on various tubes. The first 3 being stainless, and we needed mild. So
the thing that gets
I made a mistake.
The thing that gets me is one of the tubes he's got is 6 inches wide.
I know.
Why'd you get a 6-inch wide one?
I think they sent me the wrong one.
Oh right. What was that? Oh, that was a ramp.
That's just the ramp thing.
Right, off to Salcombe then. What's to know where we're going?
I shall get directions on my phone to the cafe.
Ideal. We're in sunny Salcombe. Well, actually, it's not very sunny at all.
No, it's not.
It's raining. Steve-O said that we was coming out to get tail light and various other bits and pieces for the bike, and he was telling porkies because he's been left unsupervised again, and this is what he's got. This is going to be the next project bike. Someone's definitely had a go at this, as you can tell. But it's a bit of a mash-up and stuff, so we'll take you around. Mate, it doesn't go any more wide angle than this. All I'm getting is belly. So this is a
this is a 1979 GS 1000.
Well,
sorts.
Frame.
Right. Yes.
Right, so what we've got, 1979 GS 1000, it's the frame and all the running gear, apparently.
And the tank.
And the tank. It has got a GSX, we believe.
It's a GSXR.
7.
It's a GSXR 750 engine off the original flat side.
It's all
slab side, sorry.
Hey? Right, okay. So 750 motor has been shoehorned into a GS 1000 frame. It's got, I think the tailpipes are off a Harley. I mean, there's all sorts of nasty going on with this. Apparently the bike has been sat there for 6 years under a cover outside.
And I can believe that quite honestly.
There is quite a lot wrong with it, but it's got potential. It has got potential too, mate. I mean, it's, you know, it's not the prettiest thing. You can see the exhaust has all been kind of monkeyed with and stuck together, and the welding is horrible. We've got bits.
That's not the only thing that's horrible.
Bits have been cut off the frame. God knows what's going on there. It just looks like a plate that he stuck on. It's got pod filters on it.
It's got a nice set of carbs on it.
It's a project. Well, it was a project, and to be fair, it still is. We have found some crackers though. Have a look at this. I don't know if you can see this, but so a few things. like all the braided hoses and stuff are now squished and trapped in behind it. I don't know if you can see all this. The chain, he's obviously put some different wheels on it, and he's had to make the axle fit. So the slide plates on either side, the guide plates, are just kind of being used as big washers.
Yeah.
This is the chain adjuster, which should go around here.
He put a split pin through the castle nut.
He did.
So safety first.
Safety first, or about fifth in this case. So where the chain adjuster doesn't go in the end of the swing arm anymore, all he's done is drilled it and shoved a thumping great bolt through it. He didn't have a nut for the other end, but he did have a bracket with a captive nut on it. So he's just shoved that on that. And if you think the other side's any different,
you're wrong.
You're wrong. Oh mate, the pipes are off a Harley.
They're going in the bin.
They're straight in the bin.
There is a little hole here, but which you can put your finger into.
See, you're not supposed to be able to stick your finger in the end.
That's just a cover though, so that's not the end of the world.
There is no gear shift. There.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh dear.
There's a lot of oh dear moments here. Don't think the oil cooler came off this either.
The best part of it is, obviously, it isn't the engine that was in there. So, rather than do it properly, he's just welded some plates on to make the engine fit. And the welding is nearly as bad as mine.
The engine mounts. There you go, this is what he's talking about. Can you see it in here? I don't know, it's probably a bit dark.
Go around the other, look at the visa. And on the other side.
It's not great, he's not done the best job, but there's a bracket that comes up here that was obviously for the old engine mount, so he's just, it looks like he's just chopped it, spun it over and stuck it back on again and welded it with a stick welder. It's horrible. Well, it's not horrible.
Ah, and we have got a hole in the frame.
Have we?
Yeah.
Hole in the frame?
Yeah, because that's the frame.
Ah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was braced.
But at the end of the day, this is a 1979 bike that's.
And
someone did love it at some point because they've done all this work to it.
And the side stand still works.
Oh, cool. We can.
It's just not attached to the bike.
Well, at least we can reuse something, I suppose.
And there's no air in the tyres.
Well, that's least of the problems.
And the valve has gone on the rear. And I'm not sure whether the brakes are 100% unseized. But apart from that.
So. Right, so I got the engine back from being shot blasted. You see, it came up actually quite nice. There's still bits of grub and black and stuff in various places. If you run your finger over it, it's not, you know, it's not. There's a couple of little bits that's proud, but it's not noticeable. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's come up pretty well. There was always going to be those bits that are going to be a bit hard to get to and everything else, but that's where me now taking the time to finish off doing the detailing and. Getting a razor blade in these sort of places and the last little bits of paint, but that'll
be all right.
That's my job. Looking at basically just getting a engine bolt kit for all the cases, replace the cam cover bolts.
Yeah, that'll be good. It will be cool. I think it's gonna come up all right. Actually, I do.
I think it will. Yeah.
I think it'd be nice. The engine, that's all Steve-O, I'm not touching it. He wants to do it, he's doing it. And you were talking about shoving this in your car and taking it home and doing it and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, potentially.
Alright, cool.
Because then it means I can work on it.
What we're going to do is we're rapidly approaching sort of dry build. We've only got a little bit of fabrication left. And and then we were into dry build. So what we're going to do is, they don't really seem any point in putting a lovely painted engine back in the frame just for me to be grinding and tacking and all sorts of other stuff as we're putting brackets on. So all we're going to do is he's going to clean all this up and get it just a light coat of primer, just so it's all over it basically, and make sure it's all going to sit right when it finally does get painted and you know cleaned it up enough and all that sort of malarkey. Then this will be coming back and going in the bike, and we can crack on with the dry build.
Yes.
So, but this is all Steve-O, he's doing this. One thing I will say,
what?
We need to keep the stickers on it.
Well, I'm not taking them off.
They tell us where stuff goes. But yeah, it's come up all right. How much was it? 40 quid, wasn't it?
40 quid.
I mean, that has saved hours.
Oh, saved weeks.
Cool.
Yeah,
So,
I say there's a little bit of
looking all right.
detailing and there's a few odd bits. I'm not worried about the cases because the cases are ultimately going to have a different finish on them when the bike's finished anyway. But we've got something to start on.
Start off at 10, eh? Steve-O's been shopping.
Steve has been shopping.
You've been buying lots.
Right. So you know we were going to sort of French in the rear light. Well, that was my first attempt at buying tube. That is stainless. That was the second attempt at buying tube, which is also stainless. This is the third attempt at buying tube, which is also stainless. And then someone just decides to then mention that actually we can't work with stainless steel tubing and we needed mild steel tubing. So that is tube number 4.
That is what I said to start off with.
Yeah. So to be fair, we now have a selection of tube.
However, it's not all been wasted, because this one, the drain pipe, we can bend that sheet around this to do the toe. So it's not wasted.
No.
But how much did it cost? All the tube that we're not going to use, how much did it cost?
Somewhere in the region of 45 quid. and I was too embarrassed to bring. I was too embarrassed to bring the original rear light that came through the post.
That'll do it,
was
won't it?
definitely a mistake.
Happy days on that.
Do you remember the original rear light that came through the post? Yeah, the one that was like 6 inches in diameter. So we have this.
That's the light.
That will then basically sit in that.
There's right-handed, there's left-handed,
and cack-handed.
Cack-handed.
This is cack-handed.
So what we're going to do with this is, I don't know if you can see from over there, but this is going to, actually, can you see? No. Let's just whiz you round just for a sec. Hang on. There we go, that'll do. So, with this, what we're going to do is, once this gets plated up here, we're going to obviously this is flat plate, so that's going to go through and it'll be chopped off and Frenched in, so it's all following the same lines. And we'll have it set back a little bit, eh?
Yep.
And then that light that he's got, which is really thin actually, I was quite surprised with that. But it's a little LED thing with a single mounting bolt in the back. And I can put a plate over the end of it with a hole in it. And that's going to be the rear light. So that's kind of what it's going to look like.
And actually that is quite bright, and we've got the three, so we've got like a stop and a tail function on that LED.
Oh right, so it's like running light and a stop light. Ideal.
All in one.
Ideal.
So that's the only thing I bought that's actually correct. But now to get on to the good stuff, as I call it, I'm very, 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 very excited about this.
Oh god, this could take a while. Go on.
So we've had numerous conversations, but we now have an M unit blue.
Up a bit, I can't see it.
M unit blue.
Get in focus.
Me or the M unit. So we've gone with the M unit, simply because we think it's going to be the best and the cleanest way to do the wiring.
Never seen one of these. Have you had it out?
Yeah. It's basically a posh Scotch block
And that's it.
with Bluetooth, and that is it.
That takes up no room, doesn't it? So they're the earth points. Oh.
So you got earth
Yeah,
and
there's
battery lead, and you've got a battery lead in there to use, so we don't even have to make that up.
sweet. We don't want any fixing showing or anything, so this is probably going to go on to, you know,
Well, we can
captured
just weld
nut or
some
something
thread.
like that. Yeah.
Uh,
It's tiny, but this thing basically replaces, as I understand it, this thing basically replaces your fuse box and your relays and all that lot. So
Everything,
all
yeah.
the switch gear will go in one side, and all your outputs like lights and all that stuff
Yeah.
goes in the other side.
but
And it does ignition and all that stuff.
it does absolutely everything. And
Sweet. Weighs nothing.
no, this is it. And we've also, I don't know whether you can see this, I'll try and get a bit closer to the camera. Decided to go with the M button. Now, not being an electrical genius, basically this allows us to have a single green wire going back from all of the hand controls, switch gear, lights, indicators from the handlebars back into the M unit. So rather than having the whole loom passing all the way back to the fuse box, which is going to be the M unit, we've got one wire,
Yeah.
which is that green one.
It's going to make it simpler, isn't it? Definitely going to make it simpler.
And then the other purchases are a very, very nice set of indicators that we're going to put into the back. So we're getting there. There's been a few purchases.
Right, so other little goodies he's got in here. I'll show you on this camera up here just because I can't be bothered to walk over there. This is one of those little kits where it's for de-pinning connectors.
Yes.
So all the stupid little, all the plastic connectors have got a wire with a pin that goes into them, and it's held captive by normally like a little tab that sticks out. And you can get, how much was it? This is only like a few quid, wasn't it?
It was I think it was $5.99 with free
Right.
postage.
And there's all these little pokey sharp things that you can get into the connector to de-pin it, to pull the wire and the little spade connector and
It
stuff.
just makes life easy.
So that's going to be dead handy. It's also got a bearing puller, which we are. What are we going to be doing? We know we've got wheel bearings.
Wheel
and
bearings
stuff
to
like that.
remove as a minimum.
So we can be a bit kinder with them instead of bashing them with a hammer.
That was the plan, yes.
Never used one. I've always bashed it with a hammer.
Well, neither have I, but we've got to be a little bit more professional.
What's that?
And that's
Oh, yeah.
well, that's basically thank you for your 4 orders. Buy more pipe from us.
So, yeah, the golden question.
Yes.
Do you want to sit? Do you want to sit down for this bit?
Why?
How much did all this lot cost?
How much did the M unit cost?
Because like all the Moto Gadget stuff ain't cheap, is it?
No, it's not. No, I admit it's not cheap, and it's not.
All right, we'll break it down.
Okay. So basically,
How much were these?
the indicators are £40 each. The M button was 45, and the M unit blue is 300 quid.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
But we said that we were going to do this and that we were going to do it right.
Yeah.
So lessons learnt from building it over the years. I know what I want, and I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah. Cool. Good move. So, just to kind of set the scene and set the context, this is a bike that he's wanted for ages, and I'm not saying no expense spared, because that's not the case.
There is a budget,
but he wants to have these toys on it, and that's what we're doing. The next build that you saw us pick up earlier on, Ain't gonna have all this, is it? It might have some of it. It's not having 40 quid an indicator on it.
No, but we said
cool.
probably the benefits of using the M unit just to keep wiring simple and clean.
Yeah.
Maybe we do it again. Let's see how we get on with this one.
I've never used one of these. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
But I do hear good things.
Yeah, there's a good channel I was watching because I've never used one of these, never put one in, don't really know that much about them. But there was a channel called Revival Cycles.
Yes.
And the fella on there takes you through the entire wiring diagram and essentially how this replaces a whole load of the components, and it does simplify things down tons.
To be fair, Revival Cycles, I've sat and watched that 2 or 3 times before buying it. So
yeah,
I hear good things, and what I'd like to do is keep it, as you say, keep it simple.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get there. Okay. So that is pretty much going to be it for today, I think. Because we've been driving here, there and everywhere, and I still haven't had my breakfast.
Neither have I, actually. No, so I'm taking the engine away to go and carry on doing a bit of cleaning and getting it prepped. We will continue with the fabrication, battery box, Frenching in. Is the camera gone off or not? You're just taking the piss?
No, you're just waffling. We got told off for waffling.
No, you got told off for waffling.
Well,
I never ever get a chance to speak you. Anyway, it's been an eventful day.
Yeah, it's been good actually, I think.
And I think project number 2, although it definitely is a turd at the moment.
It's nasty.
It's not even a turd that you would want to roll in glitter at the moment.
Well, we'll take you through. Come later on, once this is sorted, and probably when stuff goes off to be powder coated, we will wheel it out and we'll take you through it from top to bottom and show you some of the nastiness that we found.
Of which there is a lot.
There is quite a bit in there.
And I've got this horrible feeling that the more we unbolt stuff, the more horrible things we're going to discover.
We're probably not going to need to unbolt a lot of it, it'll just fall off. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. It's glad we got the engine back.
Yes, thank you for picking that up.
That is going to be sweet, and that's going to keep you busy for a little bit, I think. You are going to film it all because you're taking the camera.
Yeah, I'm taking the camera. So yeah, I want to just get like the Dremel in there and get the bits and pieces off that are still on there.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get everything off unless you're stripping it down to its bare bits.
What we'll probably end up doing with all the footage that Steve-O takes of that, we'll shove that up as like one video on its own, so you can see the process that he goes through with what he's got to take off because you really don't want it in the way, and then dressing it all up and painting it and making it look nice and blah 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 blah.
But that is going to be a 2-stage process, as we've sort of said. So we'll get it cleaned up, and then we'll just get a dust coat, a primer, just to protect it. We'll do the dry build, and then it will come back with me.
Yeah. And
then we'll set about painting it.
We'll put all this lot away nice and safe and sound, and then now I've got the tube, I can crack on with doing the rest of the fabrication on the electrics tray, get the battery in there, get the underside of the tank marked, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm only going to use one bit. I'm only going to use one bit. No, actually 2 bits, because one bit I'm going to bend the sheet around. But
well, that's all right. We can make it into something.
So I'll get that finished off during the week. That'll be another video. There's going to be a couple of videos coming out.
Yeah, there's
so that'll be sweet.
There's quite a lot to get on with.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We haven't done any work on the bike today, so I'm sorry about that. But we do have a new project. We have got lots of bits that's going to help us with the next bit, and it just, you know, we can crack on and get stuff done. So next one, there will be work in it, I promise.
Okay, but to be fair, the only reason that we've done nothing today, not even had breakfast, is my fault for spending too much time on eBay.
No, you're a bad man then.
I am a bad man.
Right, so that's where we're going to leave it today. So it's more of an update than a worky one. I do appreciate that, but that's, you know, this is kind of what goes on, and we wanted to include you in it. So as always, if you like the channel, share it with your mates. Let's get some more people on board. We're over 2,000 subs now, which is just brilliant. Thank you so much to everyone who's subbed.
Thank you very much to everybody who's subbed.
And the comments are gold. Keep the comments coming because they're just, I'm loving all that. People are really chipping in and getting involved, and it does make a difference. We do pick up and take people's advice, and you know, all the comments about great work and stuff like that. Obviously we appreciate them, but it's your ideas and stuff that really get things going too. So keep them coming too. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. We'd love you to come back and do the little bell thing so you know when we launch another video. We'll try and get a couple out next week, and we'll see what happens. But there you go, busy day.
Busy day.
And I'm still hungry.
So am I.
I'm going home to have Moroccan lamb. Apparently it's bubbling.
I'm going home to cook chicken.
The healthy option. A whole chicken is not the healthy option. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us.
See you again soon.
Laters.
Laters.